Aaron, we have things we got to talk about, and we're going to go and jump into that today. But before we do, this is the very first one. And if you listen to any episode that we've done before, we always ask, Aaron, how are you, sir?
Dude, I am doing phenomenal.
Are you?
I am. And I was just thinking about it today. Last week I had COVID. I had a family member that was in a car accident today. But, after everything is all said and done, today is actually a good day.
I just want to point for the record, I wasn't smiling at what you just said because it was very bad at what you just said. I was smiling at what Sam said in the chat of stroke my ego more. And then that made me smile at the worst possible time. So terrible.
But yeah.
Oh, goodness.
What about you, Joe?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I don't really need to give a social update for myself because I've already done that on the stream. If you haven't seen yet, then whatever. But yes, I'm a terrible person. It's okay.
We all know he's a terrible person.
But no, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm tired, if I'm being honest with you. Just because, it was busy, staying busy, man. This stuff.
Me too, bro.
This stuff is a job. But hey, we're here and we're having a good time. And if you're listening right now, you need to see what all we've done. We've got this whole overlay all prettied up. We're looking all nice and fancy on stream. So check us out. Come hanging out. We do have a bunch of listeners. I would like to do this real quick because we haven't had a chance to do this in a month really since we took our break. So I'm going to pull up our Anchor profile and I'm going to give a rundown. We've done this before in previous episodes. Opposites attract. Absolutely. But what I want to do is I want to run down real quick and say, where our listeners are coming from again, because we haven't done this in a while. And I think for season 2 to start, we should really consider doing it. So I'm going to run down the list. We have listeners in all of these countries. So if you're listening right now on anchor.fm or you're here live in the chat and you live in one of these countries, that's dope. But we're going to run the list. So buckle up. This list is intense. We have listeners in the US, of course, Brazil, India, Germany, Pakistan, Italy, Russia, Canada, Romania, Azerbaijan, I guess, Mexico, Egypt, Australia, France, Iran, United Kingdom, Iraq, Switzerland, Kazakhstan, Guatemala, Spain, Albania, Thailand, Sudan, New Zealand, Panama, Tajikistan, Indonesia, Uzbekistan, Hungary, Serbia, Norway, Seychelles. We get that wrong every single time. Seychelles. We're sorry if you live there, and we appreciate you.
We
listening.
love you.
Argentina, Guinea-Bissau, I think, Finland, Sweden, El Salvador, Honduras, Bulgaria, Ukraine, Chile, Cambodia, Kyrgyzstan, Vietnam, Malaysia, Lebanon, and Saudi Arabia. We have listeners all over the world. Y'all are absolute legends. Absolute
Every time
legends.
I hear that, I honestly think, I'm like, wow, like there is someone in these countries that I am so ignorant that I can't pronounce that have decided to listen to our show. So thank you guys.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all are amazing.
Even if you just came for the interviews with your favorite artist.
Exactly. Yeah. And honestly, we totally get it. I've done
if you think Joe's an annoying redhead and I'm just like stupid and ignorant when it comes, that's fine. I don't care. I'm glad you enjoyed Garrett or Chris or Kellen.
Yes, I do.
And yes, Joe is an annoying redhead.
I'm blonde. Thank you.
Whatever. You were red like 2 weeks ago.
I was. It was also before I got a haircut.
You change your hair color more than a girl changes her clothes.
No, I don't. I've been a platinum blonde for like the last year.
Sam said the beard doesn't lie.
You don't see shit.
God, can you just hold that pose the entire show? Your lips puckered out like that.
I listen to make benefit glorious nation of Kazakhstan. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. The hungry one was me. I was visiting the land of my ancestors. Well, I appreciate y'all listening worldwide. Let everybody hear the amazing sounds. The way, you know what? I'm not even gonna say it now.
No, do it. Say it, Joe.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I am Gucci. All right, sir.
So you mentioned the Discord earlier, right, Joe?
Hang on. Whoa. I'm gonna get some hate for this, and I don't give a diggity dog damn. I've seen Borat once, and I didn't finish it.
Why?
I
Did you watch the second one? Bro, they're cringy as fuck, but they're funny. However, you're not the first person I've heard that was like the first movie they walked out of the theaters to. So
second hot take. And I know he has nothing to do with this, but for some reason I'm just on the point of, comedians who are meh. Will Ferrell, movies are trash. Except for Talladega Nights.
I actually agree with you on that.
And that's why we have a podcast, because we're dudes with opinions.
That's right. And now you get to see us while we make our opinions.
Yes. Now, Aaron, of course, we have music stuff to talk about. You had something you had keyed up. I have something I have keyed up. We need to get this show on the road, so let's have some fun. What was it that you wanted to talk about today?
Well, are we talking about the one that the Discord came up with for us, or for what I was bringing to the table?
You bring up yours, I'll bring up mine. We'll do the Discord last.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm pretty sure that mine was the every time I die situation.
Yes, it was. Yep. That was also brought to my attention as well. But by all means, take it away, sir.
I mean, if I'm being completely honest with you, Joe, this story is still unfolding. There are still tweets being made from the ex-band members. There are statements being made by the bands they're going on tour with. So I'm probably going to miss some details, but basically, every time I die is done. A band that's been around, I would say similar to the length of time that Under Oath has been around for. Would you say that's correct?
You know what? Let me get an exact time on that. Let's see.
I know they're really good friends with Under Oath because they've been touring together for years.
I can tell you right here, right now. There we go. They have been around since 1998.
Yep, I think that's the same exact year Under Oath started.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been around for a while, and they've been impactful and influential in the metal scene.
Yeah, and the three members who were there the entire time were Keith Buckley, Jordan Buckley, and Andy Williams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's honestly, we're so happy to be back, and we're all joking around, looking at cool visuals and stuff. But it honestly is a pretty shitty thing to talk about because it sucks the way everything went down.
Yep.
It was one of those situations where everything was out in the open. And, we as fans, we sometimes want to know information, but in this situation, I was reading it and I was like, I shouldn't be seeing this. Like, and not only is it a band, but it's two brothers having a falling out live on Twitter.
Yep.
And it's just sad.
I'll say, if you'd like, I can read the statement here. Keith issued a statement. Keith Buckley, for those who don't know, is the front man. Issued a statement here. This is, you could basically Google it and find it, but the statement says, the other member statement is how I found out the band I started when I was 19 years old was publicly over. And posting that without prior conversation, without legal consultation, without any personal sense of honor for the band we built, these men took away my ability to say goodbye to 20 years worth of sacrifice. That is one of the hardest things to stomach. After half my life in a van, I don't even get access to an IG page worth of memories. That, coupled with the incongruous stories that are being told to manipulate and blur the narrative for anyone that might one day look back on this, are to me awaiting and gnashing of teeth. My truth is that the pandemic changed me. Full stop. I looked at my wife and I realized not only was I unhappy, I was exhausted from pretending I wasn't. So I stripped everything back until I found what I loved. Then I worked to nurture that love and set boundaries around it. Any growth that has transpired after that has been, to me, miraculous. He later added, there are a lot of reasons that this breakup happened, but it could not have resulted in any other conclusion. This was inevitable. In all of its ugly confusion and negativity and rumor, our own deep familial dysfunction manicured it perfectly. Our problems with each other go back decades. We should have broken up in 2014, to be honest, but we didn't for our own reasons. I can't speak for anyone else, but I continue beyond that point for no other reason than to connect with other people through my lyrics and live performance. In hindsight, I'm so thankful I stuck it out. FPU, Low Teens, and especially Radical are important records that I feel needed to be made. I still sense Radical gaining importance, but the firm spiritual and political stance I took on that record became an insurmountable point of contention between Jordan and I. However, make no apologies for a single word. He also
that was
adds,
Keith. Oh, sorry.
Yes, he also adds, this is the beginning of a new road, I promise. Now, I could go into reading his full statement, but his full statement is pages and pages and pages long. That's just excerpts taken out of it.
And before that statement, correct me if I'm wrong, he did publicly tweet out legal documents that he was served with, letting him know that the other members of the band had just decided to stop.
Yeah, so essentially he found out after the rest of the members publicly posted it, announcing the breakup.
Well, but there's a lot of, there's an issue with that though, because there's been problems in their camp for like the last couple months. Like, I don't know if you remember this, but basically Keith tweeted out and said, oh yeah, someone heard my brother talking in the other room about how they were going to replace me. Then after that, Keith then again tweeted and said, okay, everything's good. We'll see you at whatever the next show was they had. Then this came out of left field. So there's been problems going on for a while. And I think it is speculative to say that Keith didn't know anything before that he received that paperwork.
Yeah, no, and here's the thing too. And this, I mean, it's sad to say, but I actually have a very familiar story to this, not as large in proportion to this, but I mean, I've been in a situation with a band where I found out literally a month after they broke up that the band broke up. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a brief synopsis. We were writing for our record, getting ready to record. My grandmother passed away. I was grieving for my grandmother. A few weeks later, I come back saying, okay, I'm back. I'm good. Let's get this going. Our drummer says, oh yeah, by the way, we broke up like a month ago. And they never told me.
Right.
Just from that small stance, like, it sucks. It genuinely sucks, because when you're putting it doesn't matter if you put in 6 months, 6 years, 20 years, whatever it is, it still sucks because you feel as though that time and energy is just gone. And I feel bad for Keith, because Keith even said here, he literally says, let me scroll back up to it real quick. He says, in posting that without prior conversation, without legal consultation, without any personal sense of honor for the band we built, these men took away my ability to say goodbye to 20 years worth of sacrifice. That is one of the hardest things to stomach. After half my life in a van, I don't even get access to an IG page worth of memories. Like that's shitty.
It is. And I think we should at least read the band statement as well, though. Would you agree? So we don't just air one side of this story.
Absolutely. Do you know where that is posted at exactly?
I have it pulled up.
Read it. Go for it.
This is from Jordan Buckley's personal Twitter, Keith Buckley's brother.
Yep.
Andy, Jordan, Steve, and Goose's last show with Every Time I Die was on December 11th, 2021. While we hope to come to an agreed upon legal statement that outlined the truth, we were informed today of something planned to be released, not mutually agreed upon, that consists of inaccuracies and controls a narrative to benefit one. There has been no direct communication with Keith because it's either impossible for direct communication with him solely, or we've been cut off to any and all communication by him himself. Every Time I Die was these 5 members, and we were never budging or accepting any changes. Simply, there is zero truth about the band continuing on with a new singer. Lastly, we wouldn't be where we are today without every single person that's backed the band any and always. While we're extremely disappointed in how this was played out online in front of you, your support and the memories we have because of you will will always be cherished. See you soon. Forever grateful. Andy, Jordan, Steve, and Goose. And they posted that with their logo and a picture of them playing at a venue.
So my question is this.
There's a lot of drama.
There's a massive amount of drama. It's brotherly drama, clearly. Because if there's anything I've ever learned in music, it's that when there's drama occurring, the two loudest voices are always the two that are having the problem.
And in this case, it's Jordan and his brother Keith.
Yes. So that tells me this, that it's likely, very likely, based on what they both said, it's very likely that Keith is going to go do his own thing and the rest of the band's going to go do their own thing. Because even Keith stated the band should have broke up in 2014, but it didn't. That's
what I was just about to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Like 8 years later, the band's still going. If you knew 8 years ago that the band should have broken up then, I mean, I think we've talked about this before. Like, I genuinely think you and I have actually had a conversation about this in season 1 about you got to know when to walk away. It was
about Under Oath because they had a similar story.
That's right. And you need to know when to step away and just call it quits. Like, okay, enough is enough. We're done here. Salvage what you can and move on. It doesn't even if you're at that point with that person where you're not going to talk to them ever again, but you're at least on a even plane with them of like, look, respect for one another. We're not going to speak again. It's fine. I'm going this way. You're going that way. Done deal. Like, that's cool. But when stuff like this happens where one side's painting a narrative, the other side's painting a narrative, and neither one really agree on one or the other, no one knows what's going on. But the only thing that sounds kind of even keel here is the fact that Keith's doing his own thing and the rest of the guys are doing theirs. And I mean,
and there's a legal battle happening and stuff like behind the scenes.
Yeah. I mean, well, especially with like, if there's a release of music or even a like if they were under contract and they decide to, call it quits without telling Keith anything, I mean, Keith could easily pull a Ben Burnley and go sue him for defamation.
At the same time, Jordan mentioned how Keith was insinuated that Keith was trying to release something under the band's name without the band's consent.
Correct.
So there's just shit flying back and forth. And honestly, you and I as the yeah. And something I wanted to bring up, I remember listening to a podcast actually with Tim from Under Oath on it. Yeah. And he made a really good reference about this because, this not exact, but this same dramatic scenario occurred with Under Oath years ago when they broke up in 2012, I think it was. And the way he put it was, and us as viewers, this is how we would see it too, is when the band was together making music, it was like a couple having sex. It was nasty, it was dirty, and it was brutal, and it was fucking fire. But outside of the bedroom, the relationship just was sucky and it wasn't worth being in. So I think it's the same thing with Every Time I Die because they make good music. People have listened to them for 20 years for a reason.
I mean, I've been listening to them for a long time as well. Yeah.
But I mean, clearly it's not working for them. And, maybe we'll see more come of this in the future. Maybe we won't. We got to talk about the tour.
Dude, oh yeah, dude. Oh, shit. Not even to think about that. I would say the last time I'm thinking about the last time I saw ETID was 2013.
Oh, you saw them live?
Yeah, I saw them. So I had to go back. I think I told you about, and I think we talked about this before. When I had to travel out to West Virginia. Actually, as a matter of fact, Sam had to do the same thing. Well, there was a part of December when I went back by myself and they actually played out there at the V Club, I think it was. And I caught them after I got off work, which was a dope show. I mean, like ETID, for those of you who don't know, like ETID is just chef's kiss. Their music is phenomenal, but like you bring up a very valid point, and you and I briefly spoke on this pre-podcast. What are they going to do about the tour?
Well, I mean, we have a little bit of information because Under Oath themselves released a statement on this matter.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, they were going on tour with Under Oath, starting what, in like a week, 2 weeks?
No, it starts at the end of February, I believe.
Okay. I thought it was the beginning of February. Okay.
Yeah, and it's not just a little tour, too. It's Under Oath, Every Time I Die, and Spirit Box.
Which is massive.
So for the band to give that up there must have really been some shit going down. That's the other part of this too. You can tell that this was not about money, because that tour would have brought them more money than they probably have on a tour in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, I'm not gonna be able to find it right this second, but Under Oath released a statement just basically saying, like, look, we love all the dudes in that band. We've been touring with them for years. They're all family to us, basically. But from what what I remember about the statement was, they had insinuated that this was going on for a while and they knew that they were going to have to replace them. So they do have a replacement that they are going to announce on Monday.
Now, we did have some speculation of who it could be. We're both.
Are we going to say our sources? Are we going to talk about our source?
Nah, I wouldn't say our source. You know what? Let's just say who we think, and we'll leave it at that. Because I think, I mean, I don't want to go. You know, I don't want to go catfishing in the dark. If you know what I'm saying, like,
right?
Like we kind of sat here and really talked about it. Like, who could it be? And Aaron, you brought up a very valid point on who it could be. Who do you think it is?
I think it is The Devil Wears Prada for a couple reasons. Number one, their tour is going to be on the same side of the country, and the only dates that overlap is the very last date. I'm sorry, the very first date of The Devil Wears Prada's tour takes place the exact same day as the last date of Under Oath's tour. So, and the other reason is because, you know, they were going with the pattern with this tour. They had Under Oath, then they had the new biggest metal band, Spirit Box, and they had like an old head that's been around forever. Devil Wears Prada fits that mold. They've been around since what, 2005?
Yeah. Remind me again, who's on the Prada tour?
Beartooth is the headliner. And then it's Prada, Silverstein, and Era.
What if it was Beartooth?
I don't think so. I don't think Beartooth would. I don't think they would. It's their tour for their last album. I don't think they would cancel a date to hop on another tour.
I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be canceling a date. It would just be moving it.
But I also have another idea of who it could be too. On that same tour is Silverstein.
True. And that would
another old head
fit too.
Yeah. Or they might have one band do the first half of the tour and one band do the second half. We don't know.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot to work out with that for sure.
But whoever it is going to be on the same levels every time I die. Yeah. Unless they decided to move Spirit Box up from the opening band and have them be the second band, which is possible. They're big enough. They could pull that crowd.
It'd be a great time to have Chris on the show and be like, Chris, we're going to grill you until you tell us who is it? Who is it?
I will say this, and I might get myself in trouble, but I doubt it. I was talking to Chris about it. I'm just listen. I was talking to Chris about it, and he made it very clear that like he can't say who it is.
Yeah.
But Chris is aware I'm curious.
I will fully say this though, and we've talked to him, and he's a phenomenal dude. I can't wait to have Chris back on the show. Chris is such a great dude, and he's a goofball just like us. Like, I think all you viewers out there would love him. He is, when we get a chance to bring you back on the show, it's gonna be awesome.
He posted a picture today. Did you see it?
Huh?
Did you see the picture he posted on Twitter today with his family?
I didn't know. I haven't seen
it was him, his wife, and his kids all in Target holding the brand new Under Oath vinyl record that they had picked up. And he just posted
shameless self-plug. I like it.
Bro, but it was so wholesome because you remember he was talking about his kids and how they didn't really know anything about the band because of COVID.
Yeah.
And it's it was just wholesome because they got to be a part of it. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Absolutely. But that's casually name dropping. Hey, well, Chris is a friend of the show. We'll fully say. I think it's fair to say that Chris is a friend of the show. Like, and again, we definitely plan on having him back. We'll go ahead and spoil that real quick. We plan on having him back at some point in season 2. We just don't know when. So keep your eyes on the horizon for that one. I want to jump on over into mine because as much as I despise talking about this, I love talking about it just as much. For those of you who didn't listen in season 1, go listen to a certain episode Aaron and I did where we had some friends on the show.
Oh, I forgot this was your topic.
That episode is Blue Ridge Rock Festival, the good, the bad, and the pasties.
That will forever reign as one of the best titles we've ever had.
Absolutely. Shout out to
and
Pat
if you remember,
and the Pasty
Joe,
Gang. What?
If you remember, you said at the end of that episode that we would probably never give Blue Ridge Rock the light of day.
I genuinely don't want to, but at the same time, I'm gonna try and keep this segment as literally brief as possible.
Emphasis on the pasties.
Emphasis on the pasties.
For sure.
Please go listen to that. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me see if I can pull up the picture real quick. If I can find the picture that I'm thinking of. I don't know if it's on my computer, if I'm being 100% with you, but we're going to find out.
Is it Twitch appropriate?
Oh yeah, no, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, I was going to say, you might want to keep that to yourself, bud.
It's definitely not. But shout out to the Pasty Gang if you're watching. Now that I think about it, it's definitely not. That we need to, can we switch a hot tub stream? I think we'll get away with it that way. So for those of you who
my bad
who don't know, Blue Ridge Rock Festival, aka Blue Ridge Fuck Fest 2021, both figuratively and literally, because they were having orgies on site and everybody was able to just get in if they wanted to. Go listen to the episode. There's a lot of juicy details in there. But this just dropped January 18th, 2022. We're recording this January 19th. So yesterday is when this specific article was updated and or released, at least here. And the title states, lawsuit accuses Pittsylvania County concert promoter of contract breach and seeks $170,000 in damages.
Surprise, surprise.
I'm going to read this real quick. It's a fairly quick reader, at least for the information that we need. A lawsuit against Purpose Driven Events. For those of you who don't know, Purpose Driven Events is the same promoter who runs
Blue Ridge Fuck Fest.
Accuses the concert promoter of breach of contract for failure to pay for work performed. Guy P. Riddle Incorporated in Chatham states in its complaint that Purpose Driven Events owes $167,832 for completed work, plus $3,356 in late charges, totaling about $171,188. The defendant has been invoiced for completed work, labor, materials, and services provided, and has failed to make timely payment as required by the contract dated August 6th, 2021. Now, Aaron, when was the event?
September of 2021.
So I've got two problems with this. I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. The complaint filed on December 27th, the Pennsylvania County Circuit Court states the initial amount for the contract was $107,250, but Purpose Driven Events now owes more. Guy P. Riddle Incorporated seeking the $167,000 plus the $3,300 as well as statutory interest at a rate of 6% from the date of judgment until the debt is paid in full. So there's
pocket change.
They're still accruing interest. The civil complaint seeks all of Riddle's costs and expenses, including attorney's fees. Work performed by Riddle included construction of 2 roadways at White Oak Mountain Amphitheater on Lester Lane in Pennsylvania County. This man was creating roads to get into the event without him.
I was trying to remember. Do you know what roads they're talking about? Just out of curiosity.
I'm safely guessing it was where the gravel road started up and over the rolling hill. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who did not attend the event, I'll give you a very brief synopsis. When you walk down the highway, when you walk down the highway like all of us had to, and you turn onto the side road, a Tone Dad in the chat, Mr. Tony himself, my fucking boys.
Hey,
there it is.
What's going
on? When you walk down the main road and the highway right there, because they had you literally walking down the highway of 29, which is a very busy highway. I'm surprised no one got hit. You turn onto a side road, you walk all the way down, turn onto another side road, walk down that a little bit further, and that pavement road stops and turns gravel. I'm going to safely guess, because that road was not there. It was fresh gravel. It was very fresh gravel. The amount of dust that was coming up from there, very fresh gravel. Not a traveled road by any means. that spawned into this web of roads that went into the campsites, into the amphitheater itself, all of it.
Batgirl Psych said there's no way they didn't have enough to pay that shit. The only thing I'll say about that is they were not the only ones that they owe money to, though.
Oh, we'll
you got to keep that in mind.
We're going to get to that in just a second. The project, including building a 2,500 foot by 20 foot roadway for $61,050 and a second 1,320 foot by 20 foot roadway for $46,000, total of $107,250. Payment to be made in full no later than 30 days of completion of this scope of work. The agreement between Riddle and Purpose Driven Events states. Documents show an August 27th invoice from Riddle to Purpose Driven Events totaling $88,770 for full completion of one road and 60% completion of the second road, and then a subsequent invoice on September 15th in the amount of $18,840 for completion of the second road. Additional work Riddle performed and billed Purpose Driven Events for included bush hogging, replacement of an existing road culvert, grading, and other services and materials according to invoices. But an email from Norman Riddle to Purpose Driven Events Chief Operating Officer Terry Wecker expressed concern about the cancellation of the Blue Ridge Country Festival that was scheduled for October 1st through the 3rd, 2021. That event has been postponed until May 13th through the 15th. Now, here is my problem with this. Aaron, you were leading to a fact that I'll echo here. And that fact is simple. This is not the first time they've had a problem with vendors not getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they're having a problem with vendors not getting paid tells me everything I need to know, especially after how the event went on both days that I went. The problem I have here is that purpose-driven events no longer needs to be an acting body of business. Sounds safe to assume I'll see you both at the next one. Right. Right.
I'll be merch for you, Tony.
I'll fly in. Pasty Gang 2.0. The problem.
Just picture all of two sides of me with pasties.
Facts. The biggest issue here is the fact that one thing is we know they made enough money. How much tickets cost? They weren't issuing refunds to well over half of the people that were requesting them, especially after everything that happened that Thursday. Mm-hmm. Again, go listen to the episode. We're not going over it on this one because it's way too much information.
This is new, so let me just drop this little bit of information. If you follow the Fucked by Blue Ridge Rock Fest Facebook group, a lot of people are getting refunds.
Now they are.
Them. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if they still haven't paid these people, I mean, they're paying the ticket purchasers. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of money going back towards that. They owe money still, like Joe said earlier, the food vendors. Yep. Like, I don't even think they've all been paid. So it's not just this one person. It is a collective, colossal fuck of people that purpose-driven events owes money to.
Correct. And
it's just excuse after excuse after excuse.
Well, at this point, it's not even excuses anymore. They're just silent. They just went silent. For those of you who don't know, I'm not going to name drop him. I'm not going to name drop him at all. But the man behind all of this, and if anybody in chat knows him and you want to name drop him, go ahead. But it's not showing up on the screen, and he's not going to get any airtime of his name being right here on this screen. The man running all this went on the local news. That actual specific interview was shed light to all over Virginia about how he feels and how he was treated and how he's being treated and all this other jazz.
And how his dad was treated.
I don't give a shit how you were treated, my guy. How about how you treated everybody who attended your shitty little festival? How about all the people that were turned away at the campgrounds? How about all the people who were supposed to have handicap access, who were turned away from handicap access because you were letting other idiots get in front of those handicap spots?
Or, even working toilets and showers that you promised.
How about the explosion of shit on the campground?
Literal shit.
Literal. We're not figurative. There was an orgy happening while shit was being sprayed all over the place. If they were banging still through all that shit, good on you. You got drive. You got power. You stay hungry.
Orgies happening in cornfields, porta johns, you name it.
I mean, it was a fuck fest. It was a literal fuck fest from beginning to end.
Anyway.
But you had the audacity to say, I'm being treated so poorly. Dude, you're not even paying the people who did this work for you. Red Shadow 403. Rating with a party of 4
Hell
right
yeah.
now. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
And again, and I'm sorry, I'm autistic. I said your name wrong like 3 times. Batgirl Psych said that he should have been paid before the fest because work was done beforehand. And not only was that, but he had ticket sales the year beforehand.
That's exactly
because
right.
of COVID.
That's exactly
He
right.
had the money.
He even had the balls. Again, shout out to the raid. Everybody, if you're here, you're tuning in at the right time. If you live on the East Coast and you've heard of Blue Ridge Rock Festival, buckle up.
Yeah.
So the biggest problem here, also hit the follow button if you haven't yet. We're at 81. We're 19 away from hitting 100. Let's hit 100 before we get that affiliate email. What up? But you're exactly right. He had all the money from the year before. He paid for all of this shit in advance. How is it that you can't, like, you're having problems with vendors? You ended up getting, this setup all taken care of afterwards, of where all these other vendors are coming into play, because now you have even more money coming in from these new ticket sales for the new festival because the COVID festival got canceled. So now you get all this extra money. I mean,
sorry,
like
the last comment.
Why homie look like MySpace Jack Black? Which one? You were
Me, I've heard that all my fucking life.
That's fucked up.
It's fucking funny, okay?
It's
but I've
true.
been hearing it since I was 12. So fuck you. Also, thanks for tuning in.
But like I genuinely don't want to spend much more time on this. We're just going to go in circles. But he literally had all this money. And you're still having problems with vendors not getting paid?
I saw the food lines. I know those fuckers made money.
But here's the problem that I have. Is in that same interview, if you go watch it, and his public statement release, he was saying how his family's name was being defamed for this massive scam that took place. Then just a week later, his country festival that was supposed to have half to 3/4 of the same population coming in who have paid. You don't have the money to pay for these things, my guy?
And then he all had the audacity to come and be like, oh, y'all think I'm rich. I don't have any money. Like I think it was in his Facebook live stream that he made after the festival was over. And he kept talking about how he didn't make any money. He didn't take a paycheck. He didn't do this or that. Well, apparently nobody's getting a goddamn paycheck.
I just want to know where all that money went, because there's a little birdie out there. A lot of y'all might not know. A little birdie dropped some information, and I ain't got no problem saying it, because Get Low gets the scoop, baby.
I mean, he needs money, so be careful. You might come after us next.
What about that multi-million-dollar backer he signed with out of LA who actually paid for the entire festival? Where'd all that money go?
I have an idea.
Did you overpromise your promoter who's paying, or your benefactor who's paying for all of this? And now all of a sudden all your vendors aren't getting money? Did your contract not read out too well in the fact that your benefactor's getting paid, but you're the one who has to pay all the vendors? What about that? Is that same benefactor funding everything else? Or is that same benefactor the same person who ran the scam years ago?
Sounds pretty scammy.
I ain't got no problem saying it. And there's reasons why. And and if that person's watching, he already knows.
It's the Benefactor Live Nation.
He already knows. Is the Benefactor Live Nation? Could be.
Where's the fucking money, Lebowski? So, and one thing, this will be the last thing I bring up about this.
Last thing on this.
All right. I think it's interesting. So here's the thing. This man that we're not naming, he is a scam artist. clearly we've seen it. So even if his dad was some kind of scam artist or grandfather, like grandpappy, like dad, like son, okay, because we just saw it happen.
That's exactly right.
So he's smart. He's not a complete idiot, because if you'd noticed, none of the bands ever tweeted out any negative experience. So he made sure the bands were paid. And I don't know if that's because the bands have to be paid beforehand, but I can tell you right the fuck now, if Ronnie Radke would have been scammed by this man, we would have heard about it. If any band, he would have done. If any band would have commented about how purpose-driven events did not pay their artists, they would have been done. So you knew he paid the artists. I mean, we talked to I think 2 bands on this podcast last season that were at Blue Ridge, and they had nothing to say about it. And I think it did get brought up. So my point is, the bands were paid, but it doesn't sound like anyone else was paid.
I don't think anybody else was paid, but let's move on. We've spent enough time on this.
Yep. Joe and I could talk about this shit for days. I mean, like him and I in a conversation about this topic, we will go on and on and on until one of us is just fucking.
I mean, it's again, it's one of those things where I don't want to give the man airtime, but he makes reporting this shit so easy. He's literally,
and we're not the only.
He's literally just giving it to us on a silver platter, saying, "Here you go, enjoy."
And we're not the only podcast / music stream that has talked about this. Like,
nope.
Like, I don't know. I love the dudes and like State of the Scene and stuff like that, and like other podcasts. I know that rivals are not rivals. Oh fuck, I can't remember who it is, but there's a lot of music podcasts like us out there, and we support them too. Who have talked about this, who have had their viewers come to them and be like, "This was traumatic." So it's not just us. Go do research. You'll see all about it. Anyway, Joe, we've had some people really interested in this giveaway. We
have. Also, again, if you're watching on YouTube or listening on Anchor or Spotify or iTunes, we're doing giveaways. So make sure to tune in live, twitch.tv/thickcuts, Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Make sure to join into the giveaway if you haven't yet. We are going to be announcing that here soon on the winner. ! Get low. If you'd like a shirt, a Get Low shirt, ! Get low. Drop in the chat. Aside from that, we have one last thing we're going to talk about for the evening, and then I think we could do a brief Q&A because we got a lot of time left for us. We're going to talk about this festival. I know you can't see my phone because of the glare and stuff, but we're going to talk about this festival.
Wait, what's that? It looks like one of those memes, those emo memes.
It look like the emo meme. It look like the emo meme indeed.
Why I wake up in the morning.
Why I wake up in the morning I swoop my hair and I put on the emo.
Pierce the Veil gives me my boners. My boners do not give me Pierce the Veil.
I am a horny for Bring Me the Horizon.
Avril Lavigne, Skater Boy.
All right. I do want to answer this question. Do you think they promised some of the bands more money than they actually had just to get them in there?
No, I don't.
So Jake, do me a favor. We're going to do a Q&A at the end of this. Save that question, bring it up again, and we'll answer it then so we can jump to this topic here. So if you are living under a rock, you don't have social media, or you're not part of our Discord, you have not heard of this festival. But otherwise, it's literally
everything, and it's posted everywhere. It's on every fucking
you can't escape
timeline.
It's I mean, like, everybody's freaking out about it, and for good reason. But there's a few little nuggets of information we need to dissect here.
Okay? Oh yeah. And thanks for our Discord for bringing this to us.
Yes, shout out to the Discord for bringing this to our attention here. Again, if you're not in the Discord, and this goes to show that we're very interactive with our Discord, which is honestly a great thing for us, because for season 1, we were digging for stuff to talk about, and we found some good stuff to talk about. But the Discord, y'all are legends for just like, hey, talk about this and this and this, because y'all have great topics and we like hearing about it. So,
young Pap, that is one of the first points we're getting to.
Yes, we're going to get to that. So I'm just going to read down the list of bands, if I can read the titles here. This clearly, I mean, it looks fake. It looks fake.
It looks like a meme.
It looks like a meme. So Live Nation presents When We Were Young. It's a festival on Saturday, October 22nd in Las Vegas Festival Grounds. Now, the first bit of information I want to check here, I want to go to October 22nd to make sure that's an actual Saturday. Okay, it is. Okay, so that's a good start. Whenwewereyoungfestival.com. Now, anybody can make a website. Fyre Festival. There you go.
Dude, it looks like it was made on Snapchat. I'll shut up, but it looks like it was made on a Snapchat.
It looks like it was made on Snapchat for sure. So we have My Chemical Romance, Paramore, AFI, The Used, Bring Me the Horizon, Take It Back Sunday, Dashboard Confessional, I Prevail, The Story So Far, Pierce the Veil, A Day to Remember, Manchester Orchestra, Alkaline Trio, Dance Gavin Dance, The All American Rejects, Boys Like Girls, Car Seat Headrest, Motionless in White, Black Veil Brides, Ice Nine Kills, Neck Deep, The Main, Mayday Parade, Avril Lavigne, Knocked Loose, Sleeping in Sirens, Census Veil, Bayside. I'm not going to go all the way down this list. The person
Hold
that
on, we
made
got
that
Jimmy
just learned what
Eat
P&Gs
World,
were.
Jimmy Eat World, Avril Lavigne, Amber Lynn, 4 Year Strong, Paris, Atreyu, 303. Like,
So
are you fucking kidding me?
So let's dissect this for a second.
It's got to be a
here.
dream come true. It's got to only be a good thing, right, Joe?
It's got to be. It's got to be your you know. It's got to be your wet dream.
Tony, if the poster was meant to look nostalgic, it shouldn't have looked like it was made on Snapchat.
Truly, yes.
But yes, I see your point.
So here's the first point that we need to bring up, which young Pat 529 in the chat made a very good point. It's all in one day. There's like what 120 bands or so on this list.
And well, keep in mind, we read like half of them just now.
Yeah.
Half, that's it. And almost every band we just read off usually headlines.
First of all, in one day, if you genuinely believe you're going to see all of your favorite bands in one day, because they'd have to do no less than like 5 stages.
12 hours.
12 hours long. So let's just say it runs from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
It's 11:30 to 11:30, by the way.
Okay, 11:30 to 11:30. Perfect times. You get one song and one song only. That's exactly right.
Right.
Like, you're going to be sprinting from stage to stage to see each of these bands. Like, there's no way that you can do that all in one day. Someone did the math and it was 11 minutes per band if there was no setup time. Interesting. Now, here's another point that I'm going to bring up. Live Nation. We were just talking about scam artists. Live Nation doesn't exactly have the best reputation.
Let me ask you something. Does Live Nation own Ticketmaster, or does Ticketmaster own Live Nation?
That's a great question. Let me look it up for you.
Let's say, because it's one or the other.
Who owns Live Nation?
Jake Daddy, yes. Warped Tour vibes, but a whole tour in one day with double the bands.
Well, see, also, here's the thing, too. If you think Warped Tour vibes, Warped Tour was broken up where you had a lot of local bands and a lot of heavy hitters.
And they also separated the stage by genre a lot, too.
Correct. So if there was this, usually if you're listening to a specific genre, you're going to find a lot of the bands you want to listen to at that one stage. But not this many heavy hitters on one show. How they're going to clear the cap, like how they're going to clear the amount of money they need for that, I have no idea.
How much did it cost to get Paramore's return and My Chemical Romance headlining this one day?
Liberty Media Corporation owns Ticketmaster and Live Nation.
Okay, gotcha.
Let's see. Now, keep in mind, for those of you who don't know, and I believe we talked about this on a previous episode, Live Nation was also the same company who hosted or did the ticket sales for Astro World. Anybody remember Astro World?
Wait, whoa, hold on. I'm sorry. Repeat that?
Live Nation was also the same company who did the ticket sales for Astro World.
Oh God.
Okay, so interesting here. This was posted. Okay, so Tone Dad's in the chat.
I'm reading it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read this. I'll read this verbatim. Via the Festive Owl, the hashtag When We Were Young festival talk has moved into lunacy and conspiracy land across social media today, with too much to individually further address via DMs or create further confusion. The final things I will say, and this is per this post that was made. Yes, the festival is real. It is happening in Las Vegas. It is not a scam. Yes, Live Nation is producing the event. Yes, many people have strong feels about Live Nation. Yes, each artist on the poster is confirmed as booked and all contracts are signed. Yes, some bands weren't aware at the time of lineup announcement, but this isn't abnormal as management teams do not always communicate before. Yes, there is a standard no refund policy as with 99% of the tickets, but if the event is canceled completely, refunds will happen. Yes, it is a lot of bands to have in a single day. Yes, some bands will play very short sets with headliners playing longer. Yes, the stages will physically rotate to ensure setup times between shows are minimal. Yes, tickets are on sale Friday. No, it is not Fyre Fest. Time for a drink.
Okay, the first problem I see with that is they're saying, where was it? Yes, a lot of bands will play a very short set with headliners playing longer. Okay, are we talking if you look at this picture, fucking Avril Lavigne looks like an opening band.
Yes.
So what is Sleeping with Sirens gonna play 2 songs and then walk off stage?
Sam, thank you for saying that. I'm glad you said it. You literally just said what was in my head. The logistics of physically rotating stages seems insane.
Yeah, good. Exactly what Jake said. How do you define a headliner?
Exactly. You don't.
It's Paramore and My Chemical Romance. That's it. That's the only ones that are bigger than the rest of them.
But also, are you going to have them both playing at the same time?
Oh God, people will fucking riot.
Because you're saying you're basically telling me, as an elder emo who grew up listening to these bands, that I'm supposed to decide between the two of them? No.
Even with 3 stages, Sam, though, like 3 stages for all those bands, even if they're all rotating, seems insane. Rotating stages, what the fuck? It's either a great idea or a horrible idea.
But here's the thing too. So physically rotating stages. Okay, so you it's going to be basically like a carousel, a massive fucking carousel. My question here is, how the fuck are you just going to do load in, load out when the stage isn't moving and you're hoping that you can make that time? Because the bigger bands who show up with pyro or lights or specific stage setups, rotating stages, RIP Joey Jordanson. Well, when you have a rotating drum set, the next step is to rotate your stage instead. Strap everybody in and have that bitch flip upside down.
I want y'all to think about this for a second too. I'm gonna say, Silverstein. Joe, where do you expect to see Silverstein out in a lineup?
Well, see, Silverstein is bigger.
Bad example, Ice Nine Kills.
Well, again, same level as Silverstein.
Okay, but usually you'd see them headlining. That's my point, right?
No, not really. I mean, not unless it's their own tour.
Well, okay, but like, all right, I Prevail.
I Prevail? Yeah, I would see them closer to headlining.
Okay, you're telling me that bands like, okay, in Pierce the Veil, I Prevail, Paris, Atreyu are going to be playing opening band minute sets.
Probably.
Why? They must have been paid a lot of money, because why the fuck would you fly or drive all the way out to Vegas for that?
That girl Scott brings up a good point. The prices are insane. Have you seen the ticket prices?
Wasn't it like $230 for GA?
No. So there was a screenshot I saw earlier. The VIP section, $12,500.
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's not anything like Blue Ridge Rock Fest Golden Circle.
Oh my god. If it is, it's gonna turn into Fyre Fest real fast, and I mean that place will be set on fire. Like, I do want to.
My Chemical Romance didn't break up yet. They'll break up after this show.
I do want to say this. You posted a legendary meme in the chat in our Discord. When you were Live Nation presents When You Were Young with headliners Attack and Broken Side, following Asking Alexandria, The Bunny the Bear, Blood on the Dance Floor, Playing in the Toilets so you can literally shit on them. I Wrestled a Bear Once, A Skylit Drive. What is it? Greeley Estates, The Fall of Troy, I Set My Friends on Fire, Scary Kids, Scaring Kids. El Sana, Woe Is Me, I Set to Kill. Drop Dead Gorgeous, Under Oath, Chiodos, I See Stars, plus Johnny Craig blacked out on heroin in the parking lot, and Austin Carlisle getting the shit beat out of him by women. Oh my God. And then I followed it up with When We Were Creed fans, with headliners like Creed, and other bands like Creed, and Creed. Like,
yes, I agree. It wouldn't be worth the ticket price, hotel, and flight.
Correct.
No way. You better live 10 minutes away from that fucking venue if you even try to get tickets. In my opinion.
at that point, literally, it's one of those kind of festivals where, like, I could see it being a like Jake said earlier, a Vans Warped Tour style. If it was a tour across the U.S., that's a little different, because it's set up to literally be a one-day, like, stop and shop kind of show. The only way you'll, like, really get much value out of your money is if you're staying in Vegas for a few days as a vacation. And that is one of your spots for the week. Like, you're going to the show, you're seeing the show for the day, and then after that, you're going to go hit the tables. Like, logistically, that's the only way I'm seeing this being like, and don't get me wrong, the elder emo in me is screaming, I would love to go to a show like that, but I'm not paying that much. Flying out to it, or driving, in that opinion, if you really want to, because some crazy people will, flying or driving to it just to get in. I mean, if the ticket prices are that much, I'm afraid to see how much the vendor prices are, because vendor prices at festivals are already high as it is.
And keep in mind, it's only one day. So, like, Joe, how long did we sit in traffic? And how many bands did we miss for Blue Ridge? Imagine Vegas traffic to this shit.
Let's put it in perspective. I just want to flip that for a second. Don't say how many bands did we miss. Say how many bands did we see?
What, 3? 2?
I saw 2.
I saw the Ghost Inside, Skillet, and Hailstorm. So 3 for me.
I saw the Ghost Inside. Oh shit. If Cannoli Fella's still in here, what's Nolan's band's name? I can't remember it. Nolan's band played side stage right next to where the Ghost Inside was, right after them. So that's how I was able to catch them. And then Empty Cup, $100, Cup of Ice, $200, Cup with Water, $1,000. That's exactly right. But I saw Ghost Inside, I saw them, and then I think 2.5, because I caught half of Skillet's set, walked to go get a beer, and I was going to see Breaking Benjamin, and we decided to leave. Heirloom, thank you, Heirloom. So I saw Ghost Inside, and then Heirloom, and then half of Skillet's set, and then it left.
And if y'all know anything about Joe and how Breaking Benjamin is his favorite band, there you go. So take that into consideration, Ward.
That right there is Ben Burnley's signature.
Yeah.
On my titty is Ben Burnley's signature. That's how
Forever.
important Breaking Benjamin is to me. That's how important Breaking Benjamin is to me, and I didn't stay to see him. That's how shitty Blue Ridge Rock Fest was.
So think about that. Make it like 4 or 5 times the size, maybe bigger.
Yep. I don't know, man. I don't know. I genuinely don't know, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure more news will drop on it, and we'll get the drop on it soon. Check my Discord DMs. Okay.
I saw a nipple. We all saw a nipple.
So ticket prices, general admission ticket prices. Thank you, Sam. Pre-sale sign up $224.99 per person. Each general admission ticket includes general admission to When We Were Young on October 22nd, plus the following: performances all day on multiple stages at Las Vegas Festival Grounds, food choices from regional and local vendors, bars, concessions, official band merch, festival merch, free water stations, and more. Okay, so here's what this is telling me. Either A, this is poorly worded, or B, it's legitimate. If it's poorly worded, you're going to have a lot of pissed off people on your hands. If it's legitimate, you're going to be owing a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
But what this reads as is basically for $224.99, which is tier 1, tier 2, $234, tier 3, $244. You're getting free food from regional and local vendors, free bars, concessions, free official band merch, free festival merch, free water stations, so on and so forth.
Dude, Tony has a point. I swore off festivals after Blue Ridge. Like, honestly, I probably will go back to a festival, but club shows are where it's at for me. I love club shows.
There is only one festival I plan on attending, and that's just because it's always, I've heard nothing but great things about this festival. And well, actually 2 festivals, let's just say there's 2 festivals on this planet that I want to attend that I've heard nothing but good things. That's Vakken Open Air, and that's Rock on the Range. Those 2 festivals are 2 festivals I plan on attending before I die.
I plan on attending Reading and Leeds before I die, but that would be the only one I can really think of.
If I can somehow make the international flight to Vakken, I'm down. Club shows for life, dude. Club shows are the best, bro.
Only under church shows.
Under church, yeah. I need a Jesus painting on the wall. I need those big metal pipes for support sitting in the middle of the room. I need that one thin layer of carpet flooring, just so that way when I get sweaty, I can glide across it. Like,
I need to be terrified that the speakers are gonna fall on top of the crowd every time the bass drops.
Yep. Yes,
indeed. And if you're O Sleeper back in the day playing Lynchburg church shows, I want people with 666 written on their forehead protesting the damn thing.
Jesus. All right, y'all. Before we get to the Q&A, we're going to announce the winner of the giveaway. Again, for those of you watching on YouTube or if you're listening around the world, make sure to tune in live, twitch.tv/Thick Cuts, Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Standard, Eastern Standard, excuse me. So that way you can get in on the giveaways that we do. I'm going to go ahead and give you all another 2 minutes to enter. ! Get low if you'd like to get in on that. If you are a Discord champion or a chat champion, we'll make sure you get your 2 entries. If you are just signing up and not one of those, you do get 1 entry. Also, please hit the follow button if you can. If you have not yet and you like what you're seeing, if you like the conversation Aaron and I are having, or if you just like the gaming that I've done on the previous days and the other nights I'll be on, please, by all means, hit that follow button. It means the world to us. We are currently, I believe, at 81 followers, which means we're 19 away. So yes, we're at 81 followers right now. We're 19 away from 100 on our very first week of doing this channel. That's unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. So if you want to see great value Jack Black more often, make sure to hit the follow button.
I'll be here next week.
Huh?
I'll be here next week.
That's it. Again, make sure ! Get low to enter the giveaway. Well, y'all have less than a minute to enter. And then Samuel will DM me letting me know who the winner is.
Jake Daddy said, rest in peace, Dapper Dan shows. Amen, bro.
Amen. Yes. No, if we're being real, if we're being truly real here for the Lynchburg scene.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
What do you think I'm going to say?
Glass House.
Nope. R.I.P. Drowsy Poet shows, baby.
Oh, yeah.
The poet was where it was at. That's exactly right, Sam. The Drowsy Poet was the shit, my dude.
But also Glass House shows were a vibe.
Glass House shows were a vibe. That's exactly right.
That's where I first saw Dayseeker before no one knew who the fuck they were.
That's where I played tambourine for Celine Dion.
That's where I saw you play your last show.
Correct. For Celine Dion.
And Ed Sheeran.
Glass House doesn't let metal bands play there anymore. Probably because of us.
Bro, those shows were so good though. No, it's not gone. They're just not booking metal or rock artists anymore.
It might have been because of the toilet paper hanging from the rafters. I don't know.
Fuck them.
That ironically is the same place that fuck face we were talking about earlier. Yep. I'm not gonna do it. Nope. And oop. All right. Sam, giveaway closed. Spin the wheel, sir. DM me letting me know who won so we can announce it.
This just in, Purpose Driven Events has won the t-shirt.
Waiting. He's coming. Who all is getting 2 times entries? Just Sky. Let me see here. Yes. That is correct indeed. You know, I'm checking on my notifications now and recognizing you sent me a snap earlier, and your snap, we just looked so pissed for some reason.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Jake Daddy says I can't join the Discord. The link won't work.
Okay, well, I'll make sure to get you that link, sir, so that way you can get in here. I actually got it right here.
Well, I think Sam put the link already in the chat.
It's fine. It might have expired. This, for some reason, mine keeps kicking back. There we go. Never.
Yo, this Discord's fun. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, this Discord's popping. All right. I hope you're still here. I genuinely do, because you haven't said much lately. But the winner, and you also have to join the Discord so we can get your information. The winner of the giveaway. Give them like 3 minutes. Okay. The winner of tonight's giveaway for the Get Low t-shirt. If you haven't seen it yet, it's in the merch store, thickcuts.live. The winner is Fecker666. Congratulations, sir. Or lady. And if Fecker is not here, unfortunately, that is part of this. You have to be here to actually accept your gift. So if I don't get a response from you in like 3 minutes, we will have to respin for the remaining names on who's on the list, so we can actually get a winner tonight. But we are going to go ahead and start the little Q&A session. If you have any questions you would like to have answered as far as music, if you want to ask who our favorite bands are, if you want to ask about shows we've been to, anything we talked about tonight, drop it in the chat. By all means, go ahead and drop it in the chat, and we'll have some fun. We'll have time for that to come through. And I know Jake had one from earlier as well, so we'll make sure to respond to that once he reposts it, because I genuinely don't remember. I just remember him having one. But that's the perks of talking about everything in one night.
Yeah, I guess you can't scroll up far to see the old comments.
I could, but I'd have to actually like find it, and I don't want to have to read every single message he's posted. Okay, so
Tone Dad.
Tone Dad. All right, Tone Dad says, hot take, I wasn't impressed with the new Falling in Reverse song. Aaron?
I mean, Tony, I love you to death, bro. You know that. But okay, hold the fuck on. No. It did not, it sounded nothing like Popular Monster. That was the point. I enjoyed the song, but Tony, I respect your opinions with music. Okay, the breakdown is close. I will keep the breakdown is a smidge.
For everyone, but the rest of the song sounds for everyone listening at home. So the statement Tone Dad made was, hot take, I wasn't impressed with the new Falling in Reverse song. It felt like a copy paste of Popular Monster, but watered down. Bro, the breakdown is the exact same. So Aaron made me listen to it and made me watch the video.
Hold on. Hey Joe.
Yes.
I got DM'd by Fecker.
You got DM'd by Fecker? Okay, yeah. Fecker needs to join the Discord.
Yep, I let him know.
And once Fecker joins the Discord, we can make sure to get their information to ship the shirt. So Fecker has officially claimed the shirt. Everybody, claps in chat. Claps in chat.
Oh, oops, she commented in the Discord, but
who did?
Fecker.
Fecker is Mary?
Yeah.
Okay. Fecker, let's talk about your creepy ass picture. It's haunting, to say the least. I saw it and I was like, are we about to get like hate rated like in the Discord? What's this? But Fecker won the giveaway, so everybody, golf claps.
Hell yeah, Fecker.
Aaron. Good. All right. I'm gonna go and give my hot take to it as well. I didn't really the music video took away from the song for me. I felt like the song was a pretty standard Falling in Reverse song. It really didn't give me much, but I'm also not a big Falling in Reverse fan. We've talked about this before on an episode. We don't have to go into it again because Aaron got really salty and really shitty with me about it. So we won't go into it again. All I'm gonna say is the song was very much a falling in reverse song, and the music video was very cheesy. Next question.
So Canaphilia says, "Does your co-host play music?"
Hang on, you missed
or
one.
your
You
guest,
missed
I
one.
should say.
You missed one.
Did I?
You did. Sunayon, Mr. Sam himself, said he will echo Drew. Who would you be most excited to see at When We Were Young Fest? You know what? Just because it's got a lot of bands on there that I would see, I'll go look real quick. Hang on.
Yeah, I'll look too.
Let me see. Creed. I would love to see Creed, along with Creed and Creed and Creed.
Creed.
I mean, truthfully, it would be my Kim, MCR. I would pay genuine money to go fly and see My Chemical Romance wherever they are. I wanted to go to that reunion show they had. I believe it was in LA. Like, My Chemical Romance for sure would be mine. It's probably my favorite.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I know everyone thinks I'm gonna say My Chem, but I'm gonna say Paramore. That's one of my bucket list bands.
There you go.
I grew up on their stuff.
So. All right. Next question. Does your co-host play music? So yes, he is my co-host. This is Aaron. Everybody say hi to Aaron. Everybody wave. Aaron does not play music, but he is very well versed in music. He is probably one of the most knowledgeable musical people I know when it comes to current and previous music released and bands and artists and members and knowledge of Under Oath and all these other bands. He's very knowledgeable. So but no, he does not play music.
I played piano when I was 7.
Hot.
I learned how to play Whispers in the Dark by Skillet on the guitar once.
All right. Let's see. Oh, Sam. Yes. To answer your question. Is that the one he had us watch the video for? Yes.
Yeah.
Jake in the chat echoed his question. Do you think they promised bands more money than they actually had, and that's where some of them went? So are you saying, is that in relation to Blue Ridge Rock Festival?
Yes, it is.
Red Shadow, you have a great night as well. Thank you so much again.
Yeah.
Legend.
Bye.
Okay, so in relation to Blue Ridge Rock Festival, I firmly believe to shut the bands up, they paid them hush money. If you want my honest full opinion, yes. Aaron, what's yours?
I think they just promised them a certain amount of money when they booked them and delivered on that promise, because that was one promise they couldn't waver on. So I think everything with the band was shipshape. Everything with the bands was completely 100% honest, because they couldn't handle the backlash of the bands on top of the fans.
That's fair. Tony, you have a wonderful night as well. Thank you for hanging out with us. Let me see. Any more questions?
Flashbacks to Drunk and Afraid.
What? Flashbacks to Drunk? I'm not sure what that means. Batgirl Scott, can you clarify, please? I feel like that song. So Tony followed up. Said, I feel like that song "Death" should have been dropped at Halloween. I agree with with a video like that. Yes.
The other thing I will say about that song that takes away from it for me, and yes, I'm admitting it, is they basically did exactly what Ice Nine Kills did with Rainy Day about the Resident Evil movie. It was basically the same exact video.
I agree. Yeah. Let's see here. Jake followed up with, but do you think they took money away from the vendors and such to pay them, is what I was saying? No,
I don't think so.
No, I think that they paid a lot more money to the bands to either overpromise or just shut them up. And then that followed up with realizing, oh shit, we don't have enough money to pay the vendors. I don't think they took money from their vendor pot to do that. That's assuming they actually were financially smart enough to set up a separate, amount for them. But
Batgirl Sky said the profile pic in Discord, is it giving you flash? Oh,
yeah, absolutely, guaranteed, yes, without a question. It's terrifying. I mean, if you're going for a reaction, you got it for sure.
Cannoli Fella 13 says favorite Paramore song. Monster. Hot take. Monster is my favorite Paramore song. It was the last heavy song they did.
Favorite Paramore song. That is oh, I know what it is. Hang on.
Or Let the Flames Begin. Those two are tied for me.
What was it now?
My two are Monster and Let the Flames Begin. They're kind of both tied for my first favorite.
That's fair. That's fair. I would say mine was off of Brand New Eyes, The Only Exception. It's a slow song, but it's beautiful. It's a very beautiful song. I love it. It's a fantastic song.
Why do you always piss me off with your opinions? Listen, okay, you chose the one Paramore song from back in their rock/emo days that was on the radio. It's a good song. It's a great song. I'm sorry.
Tell me why I give a fuck about that.
It's a good song. Oh, no, Sam has a point. Misery Business was on the radio. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, Cannoli fellow, you got good taste. The monster is great. Oh, but he also said The Only Exception. Shit. Well, okay, whatever.
There you go. If it's on the radio, I'm not going to listen to it. Well, Jake, that is okay.
Okay, first of all, Jake Daddy, how much trap rap do you listen to?
Jesus. All right. We'll take one more question, and then we're going to wrap this bad boy up for the night. Who's got the last question in? Whoever can type the fastest gets the last one in.
Jake says, I am a hipster.
You are a hipster.
That's not a question.
It's okay.
Why Joe's such a bitch?
Well, everybody, y'all have a wonderful night. We're going to head on out. Thank you so much for watching.
Why is Joe such a bitch?
Sam's getting timed out now. We'll take one last legitimate question, music based, please, or anything that we talked about tonight. By all means, send it our way.
Music or music drama based.
We need to do more Q&As like this. This is fun.
I love this. Yeah.
And also it's cool because we have live viewership, so we can actually do this. And everybody listening along, again, if you're listening, also keep in mind too, if you are listening right now, my God, y'all misread my chat. It's okay. If you are listening right now, keep in mind there is usually a little blurb that you can click on in the bio of the actual episode, and that'll take you to our Anchor profile to where you can leave a text message or voice message on anything we discussed or any questions you have that you would like us to talk about on the show. If there's something that you feel like we're missing, let us know. You can do that, send it to us, and we'll do it literally live right here on the show. But having a live chat here is really cool because doing live Q&As like this is really fun. The last question of the night. Aaron, I'm gonna let you answer this one first because you've never toured, but I'll let you answer it. Would you rather tour with August Burns Red or Silent Planet?
Oh, Silent Planet all day. That's not even a question. I won't air my opinions of current status August Burns Red, but Silent Planet is amazing, and I would love to tour with him. And Garrett's just the best individual.
See, this is tough. This one's tough.
You're gonna piss me off again, aren't you?
So I want to say this. I'll say Silent Planet only because I've been to August Burns Red shows, and while their pits are gnarly and their shows are intense, I love August Burns Red. But my God, like people are there to see August Burns Red. they don't really pit much for other bands. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm trying to remember.
I'm actually going to see August Burns Red in like 10 days.
All right. Well, and so you want to sit here and talk shit?
Hey, I'm seeing it's because of Light the Torch and Killswitch Engage. They're on the tour.
Gotcha. Right.
I love Garrett. Okay, I love Silent Planet.
Yes, and that's also somebody I hope we get back on the show. If not him and all the guys, but I would say Silent Planet. Silent Planet gets gnarly, and also they have like really intimate club shows where it's like in your face and just brutal, and it's always fantastic. And then one AA Ramen Nudes in our chat decides to say who or would you suck dick for money? Well, we all know Aaron would. So y'all have a wonderful night. But
only yours, Daddy.
Again, thank you so much to everybody who's watched live tonight, everyone who's tuned in and had some fun with us. Again, if you are listening right now, you can tune in live Wednesday nights, twitch.tv/Thick Cuts, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. And if you would like to keep up with what we do outside of the show, you can join the Discord. We have one of those now. You can also follow us on Twitter. Where, Aaron?
At get_low_pod.
That is correct. And then you can also reach us, anchor.fm/GetLow Podcast, for all of your fun music discussion needs, especially if you like hearing us shit on Blue Ridge Fuck Fest. But we are out. We will catch you all in the next one. Everybody have a wonderful night. We will see you back here next week. Later.